Welcome back to the deep dive. We're the place that doesn't just skim the surface. We really try to get into the truths hiding right in front of us. And today we're tackling something I think a lot of people grapple with. You know, you've been really trying, doing your best to eat healthy, choosing things carefully, but then you step on the scale or just check how you feel energy-wise and nothing. It feels like you're stuck. If that sounds familiar, well, you're definitely not alone. Okay, let's unpack this then, because what we're diving into today is real mystery for many. Why do some foods that seem okay, maybe they're convenient, maybe they're even marketed as healthy options, why are they secretly working against your weight loss, against your energy? And here's the kicker, the really eye-opening part. A lot of these culprits, they're probably in your kitchen right now, quietly undermining everything you're trying to do.
Yeah, what's really fascinating here, and honestly often missed, is that it's not just about, willpower or trying harder. The research actually shows certain foods are, well, almost engineered. They interact with our bodies in these subtle ways, ways that are actually pretty detrimental. They kind of hijack our natural systems or survival instincts, And in today's world, with the food that's available, it just creates this frustrating cycle. Cravings, messed up metabolism, fat storage. It's less about you failing and more about the food environment failing us.
Yeah. That biological manipulation. That's exactly it. And that's why we're here today. Our mission for this deep dive isn't just to list these foods. We want to understand how they work against us, the mechanisms. And then, crucially, give you some simple swaps, things you can do without feeling deprived. We've been looking at some, frankly, quite compelling research, sometimes alarming, actually, about everyday foods and their hidden impact on metabolism, on feeling full, on how we store fat. Get ready for some real aha moments, I think. It might change how you look at your plate. So let's dive right in. As we talk, maybe just think about your own habits. Scan your day, like mornings. How many of you grab something super quick? A frozen waffle, maybe, takes seconds. Or a couple slices of bacon, easy peasy, or made dinner. After a long day, how often is it just easier to order pizza or grab some fast food? Convenience wins out. And here's one that really catches people. How many of you truly believe certain drinks, maybe fruit juice or an energy drink, are actually helping you, giving you a health boost, clean energy? Just be honest with yourself.
Right. And those scenarios you just laid out, host, they're basically the main entry points for these hidden culprits that the research points to. It's rarely the super obvious stuff like a massive cake or a greasy burger that screams treat. No, these saboteurs are sneakier. They wear disguises. They can slip into your morning coffee, think sugary creamers, or that afternoon snack you grab when you hit a slump. Even that soda you have with lunch, thinking it's just a drink. It could be like a metabolic landmine. The tough truth is, many widely available foods are designed, maybe not maliciously, but certainly for profit, to be hyper-palatable. That's the perfect storm, right? Sugar, fat, salt, all hitting just right to bypass our I'm full signals. Our brains just light up. It ramps up cravings, floods the system with sugar, especially liquids, which absorb so fast, and then quietly, all that extra energy gets rerouted, straight into fat storage, often exactly where we don't want it.
That hyperpalatability point is huge. It really shifts the focus, doesn't it? It's not just us. It's the food's design working against our biology. And if you're listening and nodding along, recognizing these habits, yeah, you're definitely not alone. It's everywhere. These foods are pushed on us constantly. But the really critical thing to get is that these habits aren't just, minor setbacks. They are actively stealing your energy and slowing down your results. It's like they put up this invisible barrier, making progress feel impossible, like trying to walk through thick fog if you're moving, but you can't see where you're going, and it's just exhausting. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. We've talked big picture. Now let's zoom right into your pantry, your fridge. Our sources really spotlighted some specific types of food that are master deceivers. Let's unmask them so you can spot them and understand the quiet war they're waging on your metabolism.
Exactly. We can break it down into a few key categories that really deserve a closer look. First up, those convenient breakfasts. You mentioned frozen waffles, bacon. Okay, they're fast, no doubt. But think about what they deliver. Often, it's a load of refined carbs, maybe unhealthy fats, and very little fiber or real sustaining protein. That waffle, it breaks down into sugar super fast, your insulin spikes up to deal with it. But without fiber or protein to slow things down, you get this surge, then often a crash. And guess what? You're hungry again pretty soon. Sets you up for cravings later. Bacon. Well, it's processed meat. Often high in sodium, nitrates, we'll touch on those more, plus saturated fats, which aren't all bad, but in this context, they add calories without necessarily keeping you full for long.
Okay, so the quick fix isn't always a good fix long term. Makes sense.
Then there's fast food and takeout. Pizza, burgers, fries, the usual suspects. The appeal, pure convenience, and that hyperpalatability we talked about. These meals are typically packed with unhealthy fats, often cheap seed oils like soybean or corn oil, things high in omega-6s, which can contribute to inflammation if you eat too much. And they're calorie dense, but nutrient poor, lots of energy, sure, but not the vitamins, minerals, fiber your body actually needs to feel properly nourished. So this combination messes with your body's fullness signals. It's easy to eat too much, hard to feel truly satisfied. It just keeps that craving cycle going.
Yeah, you eat a big meal, but somehow feel hungry again, surprisingly soon.
Precisely. Now, let's talk deceptive beverages. The sources specifically flag fruit juices and energy drinks. People often think these are the better choices. This is a huge myth we need to bust. Fruit juice. When you strip out the fiber from the fruit, you're basically left with concentrated sugar water, mostly fructose. Your liver has to process that fructose. Too much, too fast. It gets overwhelmed, and its go-to move is to convert it into fat. Think non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. That healthy juice can act a lot like soda in your system.
Wow, okay, so juice isn't the health halo we thought.
Not really, no. And energy drinks, sure, they give you caffeine, but often with loads of sugar or artificial sweeteners. And get this, research suggests artificial sweeteners might actually disrupt your gut bacteria, potentially affecting metabolism, even appetite control. So temporary lift, yes, but often followed by a crash, and it makes your body less efficient at burning fat overall.
Man, the drinks category is full of pitfalls.
It really is.
Yeah.
And we can't forget the straightforward sugar-packed sodas. The problem here is kind of twofold, and it's important. First, obviously, empty calories. Pure sugar energy, zero nutritional value. Doesn't help you feel full at all. But second, and our sources really emphasize this, soda actually spikes your appetite. It's not just the sugar in the soda. That rapid hit of liquid sugar can cause your blood sugar to drop afterwards, making you feel hungrier for other things soon after. It fuels this cycle of eating more throughout the day.
So it actively makes you want to eat more later. Sneaky.
Very sneaky. Then there are trans fat culprits. French fries get a specific mention here. French fries loaded with trans fats. These fats are mostly man-made through a process called hydrogenation. Makes oil solid, extends shelf life, but they're terrible for health. They raise your bad LDL cholesterol, lower your good HDL, and promote inflammation everywhere in your body. But even deeper, trans fats can mess with insulin sensitivity, make your cells less responsive to insulin. Your body has to pump out more insulin to compensate, leading to chronically high levels. And high insulin is basically a fat storage signal, especially around the belly. Plus, fries are designed to be incredibly more addictive almost, while offering basically zero real nutrition.
Okay. Trans fats are definitely something to avoid. Got it.
And finally, processed meats. The sources point to processed meats full of nitrates. Think bacon again, sausages, deli meats, hot dogs. Yeah, they're a quick protein source. But those nitrates use as preservatives. In your gut, they can sometimes turn into compounds called nitrosamines. And those relate to various health issues, like oxidative stress, messing with your gut balance. Plus, these meats are usually high in sodium, unhealthy fats. They can lead to bloating, inflammation, feeling sluggish. Not exactly helpful for metabolism or weight loss. They just don't provide that same lasting fullness as, say, fresh chicken or fish.
Wow, okay. That's quite a list. And you can really see how if someone's eating even just a few of these regularly, maybe a waffle for breakfast, soda with lunch, pizza for dinner, how that all adds up. It creates that cycle we mentioned. You're trying, you're paddling, but these things are like holes in the boat, constantly pulling you back. And again, it's not about blame. It's about understanding the food environment and how these things are designed.
Exactly. Which brings us to the crucial question, right? Okay, we know this now. So what do we do? How do we navigate this without feeling totally overwhelmed? Or, like we can't eat anything enjoyable. Yeah. The really good news, the empowering part that our sources keep highlighting is that small intentional changes make a massive difference. And importantly, these changes are all within your reach. It doesn't have to be some radical overnight diet overhaul. It's about smart, informed substitutions. Choosing foods that nourish you, not work against you.
Right. So what does this mean for you listening right now? It means moving away from that frustration and towards solutions, real practical things you can do. We're talking simple swaps that let you enjoy flavor, enjoy food without the guilt, swaps that actually support your goals instead of accidentally wrecking them. These are conscious choices, sure, but they don't mean deprivation. Honestly, a lot of people find they discover foods they like even better.
Absolutely. Let's make this concrete. Let's look at some specific actionable swaps, pulling directly from the source material. Things that tackle these common pitfalls head on. Okay, those trans fat heavy French fries. Imagine swapping them for, say, crispy, golden, air-fried potatoes.
Oh yeah, air fryers are great for that.
Totally. Use way less oil, keep more of the potatoes' fiber and nutrients, or you could roast sweet potatoes, maybe even parsnips for a different vibe. Still get that satisfying potato thing, but in a way that actually fuels you. No guilt needed.
Nice. What about protein?
Good question. Instead of those processed meats with nitrates, the deli slices, sausages think fresh. Simple grilled chicken breast, maybe some salmon. These give you high-quality protein without the additives, the extra sodium, the less healthy fats. Protein is key, right? For feeling full, for keeping muscle mass, which helps your metabolism, or for breakfast, maybe scramble some eggs with spinach, Greek yogurt with berries and nuts. Protein and fiber first thing really sets you up well.
Okay, simple switches there. What about the drinks? That seemed like a big area.
Huge. For those deceptive beverages and sugar-packed sodas, the swap is so simple, but so powerful. Instead of the soda that spikes your appetite, or even the fruit juice overloading your liver, just choose water. Ice water with lemon, maybe cucumber, mint,
Simple?
or sparkling water. Add a splash of berries if you want flavor. Unsweetened herbal teas are great too. You ditch the empty calories, you avoid that appetite spike, you get pure hydration. It sounds basic, but the impact on energy, fullness, overall health, it's profound.
And those convenient breakfasts. The waffles.
Right. Instead of the frozen waffle, how about trying overnight oats? You make them the night before. Mix oats, maybe some chia seeds, a scoop of protein powder, some milk or yogurt. In the morning, boom, breakfast is ready, packed with fiber, protein. It stabilizes your blood sugar, keeps you full for ages, totally avoids that mid-morning energy dive.
Prep ahead saves the day.
It really does. And for the fast food dilemma, instead of automatically dialing for pizza or hitting the drive-thru, maybe explore some healthier takeout options nearby. Like a big salad with grilled chicken dressing on the side, a stir fry with lots of veggies, maybe brown rice. Or even better, keep some easy staples at home. Pre-cooked chicken, lentils, frozen veggies. You can throw together a quick, nutritious meal even when you're tired or rushed. Use your knowledge to make better choices, even under pressure.
These really are simple, conscious choices when you lay them out like that, not massive sacrifices. And it's genuinely amazing how just making a few of these kinds of swaps, now that you understand why, how that can lead to real change in your body, your energy, your health. The goal isn't about restriction, is it? It's about empowerment. It's about finally breaking free from that frustrating loop, seeing the progress you deserve, feeling better, more in control, actually nourished. So as we start to wrap up this deep dive, let's just lock in that key insight. Lots of foods that seem okay, maybe because they're convenient or cleverly marketed, they can quietly work against you, systematically. But here's the powerful truth. Knowing this stuff, it's not just power, it's like liberation. Armed with this understanding, simple changes made intentionally, they really, really work. You know the tricks now.
Yeah, if we zoom out to the bigger picture again, it really does come down to a choice, an informed choice now. Now that you understand which foods are actively sabotaging you, driving those cravings, holding you back, are you going to keep falling into those traps? They're well-designed traps, we know that. Or are you ready? Ready to take back control, make those smarter swaps we talked about, and finally move towards the body, the energy, the vitality you actually want. That power, that choice, it really is yours now.
So as you go about the rest of your day, here's a final thought for you to just sort of mull over. Think about your own routine. Quick mental scan, fridge, pantry, habits. Can you pinpoint just one thing we talked about today? One food, one drink that you think, yeah, okay, I can maybe swap that out or cut it back, maybe just for the next week. What's one small, doable step you can take, maybe starting right now, to reclaim a bit more control over your energy, your health? To start really thriving, we're betting you've got this.